The powers of alchemy.
Let it flow. Universe flowing through my veins. Never in a rush, always staying in my lane. Niggas know my name when I'm walking in the place, and they still see my face when I'm gone. I'm on another one, I'm in my zone. I'm feeling like I'm home. Everywhere I walk, I'm walking strong. Yeah. Ancestors right behind me. I've been increasing my chi. This world, they can't define me. Ain't nothing fake about me. High key, I've been sipping my tea lightly. Yeah. Moving politely, I might just be the one. Don't need to bust a gun straight from the ethers, and then I'm charged up. Bitch.
I ain't speaking a while. I'm trying to do my little singing thing, but yeah.
Y'all got our medicine. Some coming by, some coming people, some coming prayers we never finish. And I've been trying to figure out which one heals and which one just hides the hurt. I ain't tryna be deep, I'm just tired of feeling sick. Tired of chasing them in bottles that never fix it. Got trauma in my bloodstream, love in my lungs, both hard to breathe. Still gasping for peace. I say I'm healing, but I still crave pain. Cause at least that reminds me I'm still in the game. Swallow my pride like another pill, but it still burns going down, it still kills. Every cure come with a tell me what's the difference between coping and dying slow. You call it growth, but it just feels like letting go. Every day I choose between pain and less pain. Both of them whisper my name, yeah. Both of them call me home. I'm trading addictions, pills for your touch, whiskey for love. Call it recovery, call it relapse. Either way, I can't get enough. I'm trading addictions, one goes for another affliction. Yeah, I'm sober, but I'm still feeling for something that feels like It's crazy how peace feels foreign. How silence get loud when the storm ends. I said I'm done, but the shakes don't stop, and my mind keeps pouring another shot.
You don't quit the pain, you just find new ways to survive it.
You ever break free just to crawl back in? Tell yourself just one last time again. Yeah, that's me biting off my own.
When I say state of our union, I'm not talking about Washington, D.C. podiums or politicians standing behind flags, giving speeches about the country. I'm talking about our union right here inside the Black community, about what's binding us together right now, whether we like to admit it or not. For a lot of us, that union is drugs. It could be crack cocaine, alcohol, pills, weed, lean, prescriptions, whatever people can get their hands on to take the edge off life. It's everywhere. At the cookout, in the house, in the car, in the medicine cabinet, in the club, on the corner, in the music, even the jokes, man. We laugh about it like it's nothing. Man, But if we're honest, a whole lot of people around us, right, can't function without something in their system. That's the union I'm talking about. That's what's trying us as a community and also tying families together and tearing them apart at the same time. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Everybody likes to talk about his story. And yeah, the history does matter. We know substances have been used against our people for generations. We know about crack in the 80s, about heroin before that. We know about how policies and money played their part in flooding certain neighborhoods. That history is real. But my focus is the present, man. Because the present is what's shaping our minds, our bodies, our spirit, and our soul right now. So I don't mean to offend anybody. I'm just keeping it a buck. Because as we're looking at the shiny object over here to the left, our community is breaking down to the right. Just because the focus isn't on it doesn't mean that it still ain't happening. The present, it's what's shaping our minds, our bodies. You can walk through neighborhoods today and see how normal it is because it's been around us for so long for people to self-medicate just to get through the day, a drink to calm your nerves, a pill to sleep, something to wake up, something to numb out, something to forget, something to deal with stress, deal with grief, deal with pressure. At some point, it stops being recreation and it starts becoming how we live and how we can't live without it. Man, many people don't even realize when that line got crossed. Let me be real clear. Excuse me. No harm, no foul, no judgment zone here. I've seen all sides. I've, man, this ain't about me today. This is something that was placed on my heart, and I'm here to talk about it. And is this going to be a one segment thing? Nope, it's not. So I'm just giving you the second precursor because I gave you one last week and you didn't even know. I gave it to you from the spiritual side. Now we in the gully right now, down in the trenches. You feeling me? You see, what concerns me is how deep it's affecting the mind. When people stay chemically altered all the time, the mind never really gets a chance to breathe. Thoughts stay foggy, attention stays all over the place. Emotions, man. Come on, man. You either numb or you ready to explode. Folks say that they're trying to relax, but sometimes the truth is that they're running from their own thoughts. And when enough people are moving like that in one community, it changes how we think collectively. Decisions already get sloppy, but they get real sloppy. Your patience is short. Conversations get like from 0 to 100 real quick, more than they should. People start reacting instead of thinking things through. That's not just personal anymore. That becomes a community condition. And there's the body. The body always keeps the receipts. Always. High blood pressure, diabetes, sleep problems, liver issues, hormone problems, you name it. Your stomach, your heart. And then when we blame the food, some of it gets blamed on stress. But the chemicals in the system day after day after day play a role too. We celebrate the turnout. We post them bottles. We laugh about getting lit, about, you know, yeah, all right. But those habits, right? After 10, 15, 20 years, the body can only carry so much before it starts sending you signals that something ain't right. Let's talk about this spiritually. It goes even deeper. When somebody stays numbed out long enough, they're going to stop sitting with themselves and start listening to the inner voice and reflecting on their choices, their direction, and their purpose. But that's cool. You know what I'm saying, though, right? If that's your thing, no harm, no foul, no judgment zone here. Not here. Mm-mm. Nope, 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 nope. Not that chick. Everything becomes about getting through the moment. And then that dulls a person's sense of awareness. And it dulls their connection to their own intuition, the ability to feel what's really going on this side. They don't want to feel anything anymore, man. And that means that they're strong, but they're not. Sometimes that just means that the spirit has just been pushed so far down, it stops speaking. The soul of the community shows up in little things people say and laugh about every day. The little jokey joke about needing a drink to deal with life. All those memes and emojis about being high to survive the week. You know? Yeah. Music celebrating being drunk, numb, faded, gone. It starts to feel normal. But when you step back, and you know how a music head I am, I listen to all kinds of music. But you know, my genre is definitely hip hop, lyricism. And I listen to all of that. Like I said, no harm, no foul, no judgment zone here. But then there's some that I be like, I can't get with it. I ain't judging, but I can't get with it. A bitch here, a hoe there. That's the music, man. But when a real lyricist comes through, spitting some real fire, and they have it laced with profanity, don't trip. God ain't done with me yet. That doesn't mean it takes away from my belief system and what I practice and what I do. Anyway, like I said, when you listen to music celebrating these things, right? And you step back and you look at that thing and you realize a lot of people are carrying pain that they never dealt with. The chemicals become a way to quiet the pain for about a minute. Huh? And that's what hurts the most, man. Because underneath the bottles and the pills are real people with real grief, pressure, disappointments, anger, and real fatigue from life. You know, the spectators of all of this is the kids, the children. They see the habits before they even know what it is. They see adults reach for something every time life gets hard and how normal it looks. They hear the conversations. They watch how problems get handled, whether it's being said or not. And they're learning what adulthood looks like from you. If the pattern they see is chemical coping, every time something goes wrong, the lesson gets planted early. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I don't do that. I smoke weed, come from the earth. They used to. Now they got all these sonic brands stitching across it. Do you know what you really smoking? I'm just saying. They came up with some real fly looking packaging too. Like I said, no harm, no foul, no judgment zone here. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Keep me out of it. You know? So when I say to you, State of the Union, I ain't trying to shame nobody, man. And I'm not pretending that people don't have reasons for coping the way that they do. Like I said before, no harm, no foul, no judgment zone here. We all got vices, and that's keeping it a buck. All of us. And life can hit you hard, and everybody's trying to deal with the best way that they can. But if you're going to talk about our community, honestly, we have to look at what is binding us together right now. The real union, the one affecting the mind, the body, and the spirit, and the soul every single day. Because if we can't name what's happening in the present, we can't even begin to figure out how to heal from it. You feeling me? You feeling me? Here's another quote from me. If you are doing some type of substance, like I said, read between the lines. If you are doing some type of substance and the substance starts doing you, you lost. You lost right there. That's all I have to say about that in my Forrest Gump's voice. I'll be right back.
I start on left bare feet and wet sand. Ocean knows my name before I ever speak back. Salt in the skin, wind in my hair. Standing where water meets sky, I'm aware. I look up once, heaven responds. White light moves through, truth carries on. I don't walk alone, never did. Body and clothes keeps me for what I skill. He don't say much, just stands his ground. Every near miss, he was around. I'd only pray to touch the night. I carry it all.
Welcome back. I wasn't going to do this, but I think I'm going to give you a little snapshot, all right? How our people got addicted. It was started all the way back in enslavement. The enslaved Africans were often given rum rations, and alcohol was used as a control, a reward, and a pacifier. Then you had the sugar plantations with molasses that they turned into rum, and that turned into a circular profit system. Intoxication became normalized instead of trauma, and it was done for economics. And then post-emancipation, with the sharecropping in the saloons, liquor stores concentrated in black neighborhoods. Come on, man. Ain't nothing changed. Debt, the systems that were tied to alcohol, to poverty. Then in the early 1900s, there was the black codes, criminalized behavior, but allowed liquor to flow, though. You tell me, man. Control shifted from plantation to policy. And in the 1970s and the 1980s was heroin and the crack cocaine. Under Reagan, you had the war on drugs that was declared, right? Yeah, all right. Then you had your mandatory minimums that was targeted more towards black communities. Powder cocaine versus crack. The sentencings going to jail, the disparity for what was 100 to 1. Meanwhile, the CIA contra allegations, was already going. Then you had neighborhoods destabilized because everybody's walking around like freaking zombies, yo. You ever walk up on somebody with a needle hanging out of their arm, yo? Like, for real, that shit's crazy, man. And then people going to jail, and it went through the roof during those times. The 90s and the 2000s. Now we ushered in, you thought it was bad before. And then that time period in 94, Clinton signed the crime bill that made prisons bigger. And then came up with the 3-strike rule, And then started giving money away as incentives for incarceration. The union became the drug line, the drug pipeline, which equaled generational fracture. And then here we are, the prescription era, oxy and pills, man. Here comes the big pharma throwing that shit around. You got Purdue Pharma, Oxycontin. Oh, I'm sorry, Oxycontin. Oxycontin, opioids, marketed as safe. Really? Really? I mean, in the beginning they were. That's what they said. And then addiction rebranded it as medical. And then crack user equal criminals, but pill users equal patients. Tell me the difference. You know what the difference is, right? Do I need to say it, or do you need to look at the inside of your wrist and then look at the outside of your wrist? Excuse me. Sorry about that. You feel me? Do the test. Look on the inside, then look on the outside. You feeling me? All right. You tell me, man. I just wanted to put that out on the table. So when I tell you about the union, the state of our union, yeah, it's the drugs, the alcohol, the chemicals, man. That war that's happening in our community. Where do you think, man, don't get me, man. I'll be telling on myself, let me shut the hell up. I'll be right back.
She don't chase, she conjures, speaks in stars, walks in thunder, got moonlight in her bones, burning sage while she moans. She got oils on her dress, truth in her tongue. A yes is a blessing, and no makes you run. of lies. She'll read you the filth and kiss between sides.
Hey family, it's me. Glasses on and glasses off. However you know me, I'm honored to be the face behind the Blended Healing Realms podcast. Every week we talk wellness, energy, and real life steps to grow through what we go through. Pull up a chair, grab some tea, and if you want to keep this energy going, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok at Chamaka Essentials. Same vibe, more ways to connect. I'll see you there.
Blacker than I ever been, despite the lies and fine print behind the devil's grin. See, I was told our skin was sin, they told me this was punishment. But I feel like I'm sunning the mitochondrial evidence of a victim. I took each affliction as character building. Now look at a nigga, something to brag about. How the supremacy of God been fucking showing out. Now everything I breathe on got to venerate my righteous mouth, restore it to black.
Welcome back. Listen, I'm not keeping you long. I told you this is going to be an ongoing situation. Welcome to the state of our union. You see, back in the day, right? This is about the social media effect. So back in the day, drugs stayed in the alleys, behind buildings, tucked away in corners where people didn't need to. Tucked away in corners where people didn't need or want to be seen. Right? It was on the low. It stayed in the shadows. Folks knew it was something that kept you away from the light. Even the people doing it understood that there was a line somewhere between living and losing control. So now you fast forward, right, to today. And the whole picture flipped, man. Now it's a part of the atmosphere. It's a part of the aesthetics. It's part of the look. It's a part of a whole vibe. You know, part of the brand. And then you open up social media and it's everywhere. Dressed up with filters, lighting, music, and captions that make everything look smoothed out, though. Bottles lined up across the table like trophies, smoke curling through the air while the camera pans around the room. Somebody holding a cup, somebody rolling something, somebody laughing in the background. Like life is just one long celebration. That's cool. That's your thing. You know, if that's your thing. You know what I'm saying? But I do want you to realize that after a while, people are going to stop seeing it for what it is. And they're going to start seeing it as coping. They're going to stop seeing it that way. They're going to see it as normal. You hear people talking about the soft life. You know, that phrase gets thrown around all day now. But sometimes when you really look at what's behind it, it means sedated. It means keeping yourself mellow enough so you don't have to deal with the weight of what's really going on in your life. They say that they're protecting their peace, but half the time that protection looks like numbing yourself so nothing touches you too deep. Somebody says that they're catching the vibe, but the truth behind those vibes is a mind that's chemically altered most of the time. Self-care. And what they really mean is escape. Escape from pressure, disappointment, your daily grind that doesn't slow down. Words change, man. The packaging got prettier. The lighting got better. But the behavior still stayed exactly the same. And social media turned coping into content. That's the real change. Back then, people hid their habits. Now, people post them. The turn up gets recorded. The smoke gets filmed. The drinks get boomeranged. Pills show up in lyrics, caption, jokes, and memes like it's a part of everyday culture, man. Somebody scrolls long enough and starts feeling like that is just what adulthood looks like. Every celebration involves intoxication. Every link up involves a bottle. Every stressful week ends with somebody saying that they need to get lit just to deal with it. And when that imaginary keeps hitting your eyes, man, I said imaginary. Did y'all catch that? Imaginary. Every single day is slowly going to start shaping what you feel is normal in your mind, man. And that's how the line between celebration and dependency starts getting blurred. Because at first, it's just something people do on the weekend. And then every time there's a gathering, then it's after work, then it's before bed, and it's the first thing in the morning just to level up. But because the culture keeps showing it with it in the music, in the background, and the laughter in the room, and the filters, and everybody looks good, man, nobody stops long enough to question it. Just keeps it moving, man. And when something becomes cultural, it gets reinforced everywhere. The music celebrates being faded, you know? And that's where the change becomes dangerous, man, because the joke becomes the norm. And the ones who's sober becomes the people questioning instead of the other way around. And that's how something that started as people trying to get their edge off of life got dressed up and sold back to the community like it was a wave. Grief, when it gets, grief never gets unpacked. Anger never gets processed. Disappointment never gets spoken out loud again. And that's the part of social media does, man. Does not show you. It shows you laughter. It does show you crashing out, though. It shows people popping literally both ways. So when you step back and you really look at that thing, man, the change is bigger than just social media trends or anything like that. The culture moved from hiding, coping, to celebrating it. Something that used to stay in the background is now front and center, dressed up like a lifestyle. It becomes content. It becomes entertainment. And then people stop questioning it. At least stop questioning it out loud anyway. You know what I mean? And that's what makes it so tricky. Nobody sat down and voted to normalize it. It just slowly slid into the culture until one day you woke up and you realized coping got rebranded and put on display like it's something to admire. I Man, listen. Mm. So let's wrap this up for this segment, all right? So when you step back and you really look at all of this, you start realizing something. None of this just showed up out of nowhere. This built up over time. Different generations, different substances, different policies, different situations. Yet somehow the same results keep landing in the same neighborhoods. And in the middle of all of that, it has always been the people. Regular folk. People trying to get through life the best way that they know how, man. People carrying pressure, grief, stress, money problems, family issues, disappointment, just life coming at you from every different direction. Some people find ways to push through it. Some people find ways to numb it. A whole lot of people end up somewhere in the middle just trying to keep it together. But when you grow up around something long enough, it starts feeling regular. You see it at the cookout, like I told you before, the party. Somebody gets off work and then you see somebody going through something heavy. Somebody always got something in their mind. Uh-huh. Somebody always got something in their hand, something in their pocket, something in their cup. And after a while, people stop even thinking about it. It becomes the atmosphere, just part of the environment people living in. And when something becomes the environment, it starts shaping how people move, how people think, how people deal with pressure, what they reach for when life starts hitting hard, and what they lean on when things feel like they're coming apart. So, this conversation about the state of our union is bigger than substances, man. This is about the people living inside of a condition that's been building for generations. Whole communities learning how to cope in ways that slowly start looking like culture. And once you start seeing it clearly, the conversation cannot stop there because all of this keeps showing up in the same neighborhoods. The next question becomes real simple. Real simple. The question is, how does it keep getting there in the first place? No harm, no foul, no judgment zone. I've seen it, been around it for as long as I can remember. Like I said, no harm, no foul, no judgment zone. Not at all. Who am I to say? You know, there's one thing that I say a lot. Always want to see my people win. Always. What I do know from living life, like I told you before, once you do the substance, whatever it is, when you're doing it, you're in control of it. But once it starts doing you, for real, that's the addiction and that's the problem. So when we come back and continue this conversation, I'm going to have a couple of guests up because we're going to talk about it. And that's one human to the next, right? We know why people have been suffering for a long time. If you see somebody that's hungry and you know that they have not ate, go and get them the food and bring it to them. You ain't got to stand there and hover over them. Do the right thing. It doesn't even matter if they sell the sandwich to somebody else. What you did and your intention was pure. Feed them something. Give them a drink of water, something. I know in these times money is hard and shit is going to the left and to the right and all of that. I get it. I truly do. I can't believe I keep coming up with no makeup on. It is what it is. This is important. So If they're hungry, feed them. Feed them. As far as anything else, let your mind and your intention be pure of heart. Like I said, no harm, no foul, no judgment zone here. Ain't got nothing to do with me. For real. Seen it all. Been through it all. Can write several books about it. You know? But I'm curious. I'm curious. I really am. Because I want to get all perspectives on this. I really do. So, like I said, we're going to be talking about this more. I don't know when I'll be back to continue the conversation. It depends on my guests. But we will. But we will. I've seen too many people die from this. Live life, baby. All right? All right. I'll see you around. Peace. The saga continues. Y'all be well. Stay safe out there in them streets. Ashe and deep bow to each and every one of you. And I'll see you around. I'm going back to my cave. Bye. Right? If you decide that you want to have this conversation, with me, some dialogue or whatever, hit me up on my IG or leave a message in the comments or something. Simple. My IG is my brand, Shamaka Essentials. Hit me up. Maybe we can have this grown folk conversation. All right? All right, then. Y'all be well. Stay safe in them streets, man. Be easy out there. Life is life. It's hard out here for a pimp. You feel me? See y'all later.
Some people, some come and pray as we never finish. And I've been trying to figure out which one heals and which one just hides the hurt. I ain't trying to be deep, I'm just tired of feeling sick. Tired of chasing them and bottles that never fix it. Got trauma in my bloodstream, love in my lungs, both hard to breathe. Still gasping for peace. I say I'm healing, but I still crave pain. Cause at least that reminds me I'm still in the game. Swallow my pride like another pill, but it still burns going down, it still kills. Every cure comes with a tell me what's the difference between coping and dying slow. You call it growth, but it just feels like letting go. Every day I choose between pain and less pain. Both of them whisper my name, yeah. Both of them call me home. I'm trading addictions.
They lit the sky like the world's on fire. Same old cry, same tired choir. I ran through the night with a cape on tight. Thought they wanted change, nah, just another fight. Cliff up ahead, seen it all before. Same sad story, same revolving door. Run to the rescue, patch up the pain. Next day comes, they do it again. Stop mid-stride, heart went cold. This hero life, them got too old. Flip that switch, let the signal die. Laid down the cape, didn't say goodbye. Gave them the tools, gave game, gave rope. They ain't want work, just drama and hope. I saved their storm, it was killing my peace. So I turned my back, let the chaos cease.
Kill the light, save my life, that's the plan. No more fire drills on demand. If you want out, better learn to fight. 'Cause I'm done being hero every night.
Save my life, let the sky go black. No more running through the flames, I ain't coming right back. You want change? Better stand and fight. 'Cause tonight I'm done, yeah, I'm killing that light. Save my life, let the sky go black. No more running through the flames, I ain't coming right back. You want change? Better stand and fight. 'Cause tonight I'm done, yeah, I'm killing that light. No cape on my back. Yeah, I walked through the rain, cut ties with the drama, broke chains from the pain. They gon' call it cold, they gon' call it a sin, but I done saved the same world time and again. Now I'm choosing my peace, yeah, I'm guarding my space. No more sprinting through fires just to fall out of place. If the bridge keeps burning, let the ashes stay. I ain't dying on a hill, they keep building this way. Now the nights stay quiet, no lights in the sky. Ain't no call for a hero, no reason to fly. They can stand on their own, yeah, the tools been there, but they rather call me back just to prove I care. I done gave all the game, every map, every key. If they stay in the storm, that ain't on me. I'ma ride for my peace, keep my soul intact. Once the cape hit the ground, I ain't taking it back, never.